What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from The Quartering, and things are getting pretty spicy in terms of the Media Accountability Project, as pretty much everyone who's been listed by Kyle Rittenhouse as receiving a letter has said nothing at all whatsoever. But you know that they are extremely concerned because even any lawsuit is expensive. And today he revealed more information about exactly what he's going to be doing, how he's going to be contacting these people, and a couple new names of people that are going to get sued. One thing I thought was interesting is he's actually giving a lot of these people a chance to apologize and retract their statements, something I can almost guarantee you not a single one of them will do. However, there are people who are skeptical and don't want him suing. I am not one of them. I absolutely want him to sue them into oblivion. And if people want to crowdfund that, I see that as money well spent. But hopefully, Kyle secures things for himself first. I don't want him to lose this opportunity to fundraise and bring accountability without actually winning any of these lawsuits. So I want him to pick targets where he can win, not just where people, he doesn't like, or they said things incorrectly about him. I suppose LawTube will have lots of content with that. We'll get into what he said on Crowder after a quick word from this video sponsor. Huge shout out to this video's sponsor, Established Titles. Established Titles is a project based on a historic Scottish custom where landowners are referred to as lairds or lords and ladies in English. They allow people to buy as little as 1 square foot of dedicated land so they can call themselves a lord or a lady officially. In return, they commit to plant a tree with every order and protect the beautiful, pristine woodlands of Scotland. Established Titles makes an absolutely amazing gift, and a person could officially get their name changed on documents. Their title pack gives you at least 1 square foot of dedicated land on a private estate and an official certificate with a crest. Established Titles is currently having a really big sale just for you, my subscribers. You can get an additional 10% off any purchase you make with the discount code TheQuartering. So click the link below, go to establishedtitles.com/TheQuartering and use promo code TheQuartering to save an extra 10% today. Now, yesterday, Kyle went on Tucker Carlson as well as releasing his own video talking about the Media Accountability Project, but it was pretty vague. We didn't really know exactly what that looked like. I mean, I think most of us just translated that to, okay, dude's gonna sue some people. That makes me happy. But today, when in an appearance with Steven Crowder, he talked a little bit more about what that looks like. But to bring you up to speed, Kyle Rittenhouse have quoted saying, "Me and my team have decided to launch the Media Accountability Project as a tool to help fundraise and hold media accountable for the lies that they said and deal with them in court," Kyle said. "I don't want to see anybody else have to deal with what I went through, so I want to hold them accountable for what they did to me because I don't want anyone else to have to go through it." Now, in his interview today on Crowder, he talked about a couple of really interesting things. First and foremost is that there is several phases to this project. Like, they've actually thought them out a little bit deeper. The first phase, he revealed today, was that he was going to send letters demanding retractions and apologies from people like Whoopi Goldberg. Today he mentioned a new person, Tiffany Cross. He mentioned the Young Turks. He's mentioned a wide variety of people, giving them an opportunity to avoid an expensive, lengthy legal battle. Now, I don't think any of us believes that Whoopi Goldberg is going to walk out on stage and make any kind of apology. We saw, Steven Crowder pressed him and said, "Hey, what does an apology look like?" Unfortunately, I think maybe he announced all this a little too soon. He didn't really have an answer for that. Now, maybe he purposely didn't. But I think really an apology means, going out and making a public statement, retracting your previous slanderous statements. And then I think from there, both parties go forward. I went through this with a website called, what are they called? I forget almost their name now. The Escapist. They printed an article that called me transphobic with obviously zero evidence. And I had my legal team reach out to him And rather than both of us spend a lot of money in court, they just retracted the article and posted a statement and said that, hey, we don't actually think this. We apologize and blah, blah, blah. I never asked for the person who wrote the article to get fired, and I was satisfied with them retracting their statement. And if I have any advice at all to Kyle, that's all I think he should really be asking for. And I do hope that he has people he trusts advising him. We've seen him get some bad advice in the past, I think. And I'm very worried that that may be happening here. I hope that he just picks a couple of targets, takes them to court, gets his W's, and then worries about stopping the rest of it. He also talked about phase 2 of the plan, which is actually even more interesting. So this starts writing, the article here on Louder with Crowder by Joseph Gunderson reads, unexpectedly, Kyle Rittenhouse dropped in today. It's always nice to talk to the Kenosha kid, the fastest gun in Wisconsin. He let us in on his plan to hold the mainstream media accountable. I don't want to see anyone go through what I did. He announced the creation of his new organization, the Media Accountability Project, which will seek to ensure media and high-profile individuals who decide to slander private individuals is forced to answer for their actions. While talking to Crowder, Kyle name-dropped a few people at the top of his list, including Cenk Uygur of the Young Turks, and the prolific H-denier Whoopi Goldberg. Kyle wasn't the first person. That's a joke, by the way. Kyle wasn't the first person to fall victim to the leftist media propensity to twist reality and lie to push their narrative. Notably, Nicholas Sandmann managed to successfully sue the media after they slandered him as the Supreme. Sandmann has been a vocal supporter of Kyle's fight against the media as well. The media is truly awful, and it gives us here at louderwithcrowder.com warm and fuzzy feelings to know that Kyle will be spearheading a fight against them. Will he manage to slap some sense into him? I'm skeptical. Me too. Although it would go a long way to improve this country if the media would stop lying and reporting the actual news. That's the thing. Like, I actually understand, you can understand getting a story wrong. Like, that happens. But when you get it wrong on purpose, that's the concerning part. When you knowingly lie because whatever reason, I don't know what kind of individual does that. I've often thought, like, do these lunatics actually just believe the things that they're saying? Do they actually believe that he crossed state lines, even though there was never any evidence of that? Do they actually believe that his mom drove him, even though there's no evidence of that? In fact, there's evidence to the contrary. Do they actually believe that? Or are they willingly lying? I would like to, because I try to have some faith in humanity, think that they just got it wrong. But I actually think, I'm starting to think that they just knowingly lie. I mean, I've been covering this stuff on this channel for several years now, and I don't think there's really any doubt anymore that there are several members of the media that are knowingly and willingly lying about people. Now, the other things, the other thing that he talked about in this interview, which was mired with technical glitches, was about phase 2. And it sounds like he said he was creating some sort of app and offering financial and like equipment help to actual journalists. He even shouted out Elijah Schaefer and then somebody Hernandez. I don't remember the other. I don't think it was Sav. Was it Sav? Savannah? Maybe it was Sav too. He called it a couple of independent journos. He said, hey, we're going to use money to get them camera equipment, get them gas masks, get them protection, when they're going to cover a lot of these peaceful protests that were fiery but mostly peaceful. And then create an app on your phone that plays what the media is saying versus what actual independent journalists are covering. Now, that is an interesting concept. I'm not sure how that would be any different than just creating a YouTube video that did that. What the app would do, unless he's talking about creating his own news site, which I know, I've got a lot of love for the kid, but I am nervous about this. Like, he's probably going to crowdfund a nice chunk of money, And I want to, like, if for me to donate money at this point, I need to know more. Like, if it was just a regular crowdfunder so that he could have money for legal fees so that he could sue these people, I would have donated on day one. But I don't know what he's going to do with the money. He's talking about an app. He's talking about sending letters. He's talking about, like, I need a little more clarity from Kyle where this money's going. And again, this is somebody, it's just, you know how many times we see, like, I'm nervous about the millions of dollars that was raised for the trucker fund. Like, how is that actually getting down to the truckers? Are they getting the money? How's the money being spent? We saw this with BLM. They raised all that kind of money, and then they just enriched themselves and never actually helped their communities like we all suspected. This is common when you have huge sums of money sent around for charity. So I think Kyle has absolutely the best of intentions. If I could offer him any advice, I would say, please narrow your scope. Worry about suing these people first before you worry about creating some sort of app and helping independent journalists and all this stuff. It sounds like you got someone in your ear that wants to spend your money doing something for them. And if it's your original idea, you haven't thought it all the way through yet, and you need to do that before you ask people for money. So, and he can do that in short term. He can provide like a blueprint now, but right now it's just like, hey, send me money and I'm going to do something with it. So that's my advice. It's tough love. I maybe that rubs people the wrong way, but I genuinely care about the kid, and I want him to secure his bag first before he starts any of this other kind of side projects. But it's interesting. He said the letters will be going out, quote, very soon. That'll be fun to see. I don't expect a single one of them to actually apologize, but it's going to be great to watch. And I sure hope he wins lots of money in court from a lot of these super huge mega corporations. I hope you enjoyed this video. Best of luck, Kyle. You're welcome to come on the show anytime or to talk privately. I think I have some advice. I think I could be of help to you to try and focus you a little bit more. You have my number. So I guess we'll talk to you again real soon.